Chanel P. Message. Riboy 2320. 6 KB.
Okay, so you know that's one email there.
Unread. Jim Tobias. Unread. Jennifer C. There are no items to judge as you.
Okay, so
Invite C. Unread. Jennifer Simpson. Read Codex of Skilling. 1043.
some of these I don't need to read here.
Why?
So
Unread. Jim Tobias. Read Codex. Yes. Why? Unread. Chanel Davis.
this is Window Eyes here, and I didn't actually remember this lady's name, but here again I can have Window Eyes.
Joan. O-A-N. Space. Lackey.
Okay, so it's Joan Lackey.
Return. Your call. Her number is.
So that's how Window Eyes can read to me that email. I'm going to give her a call. Right now, what they're waiting to wait and see whether or not the state will either do one of those two things, whether or not the state will file a motion to ask the judge to reconsider her decision, or whether or not they'll file a motion to appeal. All right, give me a call back sometime in mid-May, okay? Call me back sometime in mid-May. Okay. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Word. Unchecked. Check if the person received home health currently. Check box. The document was sent to the printer document name Microsoft Word DL1.dot printer name server label to 1300 and 2 times 1147 billion. Boy 2320 10 total pages 2.
I would normally put the information, it's got a little braille tab on it, and that's where I know which folder to put this information in, so it would slide right into here.
Oh, it's got a braille tab on it?
Yeah, right there if you can see the braille.
Hmm.
Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, it says DA1. What's difficult for me sometimes is if this door is open, sometimes I can wander into this room whenever I step across my my office. So but again, that can be a landmark for me. So once I made it to that room, I know my office is right here. And whether it's just a resource, or whether it's just information on a certain event that's coming up, or whatever it may be, then I can just open up the scanner and, of course, put it in, and then here's the program here.
Desktop, Independence Online, Outlook Express, OpenBook 8.0, 1322.
Now, when I press enter here, it's going to open up this program called OpenBook.
OpenBook 8.0.
Welcome to OpenBook version 8.0.
You heard the change in the voices. So once I put the document in there, then I can have it scan that document and then read it back to me. Or if I needed to, I can cut and paste that information, save it, or if I need to make any changes or corrections or whatever it may do, I can do that as well. Come on, let's see.
Scan and process dialog.
Okay, it's scanning. You heard that little...
Scan page 1. Preparing image. Recognizing text. Page is right side up. 5 Washington University in Street Igeles. Consent for participation in research activities. Title of Region 7 Disabilities of Number. Successful workers with disabilities. Interview and videotaping. Description of research and participation B0816. You are invited to participate in a research study conducted.
This is called a Franklin Electronic Language Master, or Talking Dictionary. And of course it has a regular standard typewriter keyboard on it. And it said ready. Now I'm going to there's a word, but I'm not real sure how that word, or maybe I want to know the definition of a word or the spelling of a word. So I'm going to look up the word loquacious. Oops. Now I purposefully misspelled it.
Correcting.
Now saying correcting.
Correction list 7 entries. 8 loquacious.
Now I want to know how you spell that word.
Loquacious.
Maybe I have information that I just want to attach a Braille note to it. I may just come over here and open up my Braille embosser, my Brailler. Maybe I want to put a label on something.
Oh, okay.
You know, it has that capability as well, so I could just get this device out and, you know, there's the Brailler here. And if it's a Braille label that I need to make for something, or if it's a little Braille note that I need to make to myself to attach to some information or file, I'll use this to do that.
Okay.
One calling them in here, and because I feel like it's important, and I just like to teach some sighted guide techniques, so whenever you come across someone who is blind or visually impaired, that you will be equipped and have the knowledge and experience of being able to assist them if they require assistance in traveling sighted guide. Now, one of the first things that whenever approaching someone who is blind or visually impaired is when you walk up to them, you introduce yourself, say, "Hi, my name is Carol. Is there anything I can help you with?" And so that's what I'd like for you to do first of all. Just,
Sure.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Carol.
All right. I tell you what, I'm trying to get to Jeff Flowers' office. So would it be okay if I took your elbow?
Absolutely.
And what I would like for you to do, if you wouldn't mind, is take the back of your hand and touch the back of my hand.
The back.
And then that way I can just kind of trail your elbow there very nicely. And when as we walk, if you kind of keep your arm tucked in really nice and neat like that, yeah, and at a degree like you have it there, 90 degree. And if we come across anything where there's really a lot of congestive area and you realize that both of us can't get into, then just simply take your arm, bend it back behind your back. That way I'll know to step behind you like this. And then whenever we get through that congested area, then I know that it's safe. And then whenever you feel like both of us can start walking again side by side, then just take your arm, bring it back close to like you did there. Keep it nice and neatly tucked in there like that. Then that way, you know, it won't be so awkward for me and be very uncomfortable. What often happens is, Carol, when someone who's blind or visually impaired, we don't want them to, someone with the sight that's going to be walking with them, to take them by the wrist or pulling on them or trying to get behind them and directing them like this or that.
Right.
We want it to be very, for the blind person to feel very comfortable and not be very awkward. And the reason why I had you take your hand and tap the back of my hand like you did, so I won't be out here groping or trying to reach, and that becomes very awkward and uncomfortable as well. So if you want to touch the back of my hand, I'll trail your elbow, and you keep that nice and neatly tucked in there. That way, oftentimes what happens is a person will stick that elbow out like that, like a chicken wing, and it sends a bad message to the person that you may be traveling with that has a blind, maybe visually impaired. So you want to keep that nice and neatly tucked in there like that. And then that way I step out a half a step behind you. Now, when we walk through the door, if we have to go through a door, if you'll tell me if the door opens to the left or to the right, and if it's away or if it's towards me. That way when you walk through, I'll know if I need to switch elbows and be able to put my hand up in front of my face like this and guard my face as we walk through the door, and then I kiss the door behind me. So if you'll let me know whether or not the door is coming towards me or away from me, and if it's on my left or on my right. But these are just some things that whenever you're walking with one of your consumers who may be blind or visually impaired, that you can do to assist them, and that way they feel very comfortable and safe, and it's not so awkward for them. Okay?